I had not listened to my gut for so long that it wasn't talking to me anymore.
Welcome back to Green Room, the series where I interview iconic artists and iconic venues. And this evening, I have the pleasure of being sat with...
Gretel.
Gretel, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on the release of your latest record.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How does that feel to be out in the world?
A bit nuts. It's been 6 years in the making, 5 years in the making. And the songs, they're like diary entries. So kind of having them out in the world, it's really weird.
And more weird to have the biggest photo you've ever seen of yourself down in Hackney on a billboard.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's pretty wild.
That was very nice for me.
That must be quite validating to see your face that large.
Well, my Google Maps wasn't working as I was like trying to find it to take pictures next to it. And then, because it's so big, I found it.
You found it, and so did other people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Seeing the photo of like you so small next to such a massive photo of your squished face. And let's talk about how you got to this point, because you essentially re-recorded the record.
Yeah, we re-recorded a bunch, well, all of it. We had like a first round of production, and I was also kind of producing as I went along, writing the songs as well. And then I went in and kind of produced the whole album once. And there wasn't kind of like a defining sound. There was no kind of like one fit. There was nothing that told me it was me or not me. And in the end I was like, the reason that it feels like that is because I haven't recorded these songs live so much, that it was all kind of like protected by being in the box, which really, really worked in the past. But I think I needed to invite a bit more danger, and to feel like things were a bit more on the edge. So we recorded everything live again at Rack with Seth Evans, and in like a 5-day flurry. Plus a couple of overdubs. There were a couple of like...
It's all right, no one needs to know about those. But does it feel really amazing to go, I'm trusting my gut, and it worked?
I had not listened to my gut for so long that it wasn't talking to me anymore. So it was actually more of an exercise in learning to try and listen for that little voice going like, what do you say? And just trying to tap back into gut feelings and being in the driver's seat a little bit more, but that's no shade to the way I previously did things. It's just new chapter.
I mean, congratulations on listening and letting it talk back. And I know that you've previously said that you don't really write from a place of sadness. It's more things that are important. Well, maybe this record says something different, but things that are important and need to be looked after or cared for. Is there a song on this record that you think we need to look after this one?
Lorelei. Immediately Lorelei. That song is a song I wrote for a family member after they moved away from home, and I was just kind of worried about them, and I just had this image in my head of them like sitting alone in an empty house, and I don't know, I just got quite protective over them, and a lot of my songs I write from that kind of space of protectiveness, and wanting to. I always kind of imagine how other people feel when I'm writing music, and if I'm not feeling the emotion, then someone is, and that makes it like I kind of can wear it sometimes. But I feel it all completely, and Lorelei was one of many songs on the record that I was genuinely sobbing while making it. But I don't know, I'm a nutter, so.
I definitely feel like listening through the protective element comes in, and this idea of protecting or looking out for other people, and then maybe protecting like an older version of you. And I think that's very clear.
Yeah, the younger me for sure. I think Darkness Being My Friend, I was reflecting over all of the different versions of who I've been growing up, and like the different chapters of my life, from being like 3 years old and like, you know, standing up on like a cafe table just because like I have to sing to the whole room like right now, and like wanting to kind of, you know, the fact that, you know, she had a passion, that the then 16-year-old me was like, do you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do music. And then all the different kind of like chapters of my life and stuff like that. Protective over all of those goals.
So sweet. And so on that, about 16-year-old you, you were hotly tipped by the Grammys as being one of the front runners in female guitar music.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. When was the first time that you went,
that's cool,
that is fucking cool?
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I could remind you of that.
It was such a long time ago. Well, it feels like it was, you know.
But the type of people that you were up in the sort of the lineup with are like unbelievable. Like female guitar music is so cool, and I'm a particular fan of Wolf Alice, and so like
of course.
But when was it the first time that you picked up a guitar and said, "Yeah, I'm going to do that, and I will"?
It literally was Wolf Alice that made me switch from acoustic guitar to electric guitar. Because I was really big into kind of like gothic folk and stuff like that, like writing short horror stories and then putting it to acoustic guitar music. In fact, the way I started writing songs was trying to learn like a Tim Buckley or a Nick Cave song on guitar, fucking it up, and then going like, that is not anything.
Yeah.
So it's not taken. So no one's going to sue my ass.
Nice.
Me, like 16 years old, I'm like, no one's going to sue me, thank God. And then like writing putting melody to those lyrics and that riff and stuff. And then my mum showed me Wolf Alice, and then once I saw Ellie Rousel, I was just kind of like, okay, well, that's my entire life like decided.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Did you see them perform?
I've
when they were in
never
London?
seen them play live. No.
I think I had, I came out of my body.
Really? Where did you see them?
At the O2.
At the O2.
At the O2.
Whoa. Oh, no, I have been to the O2, of course. Saw Tame Impala at the O2.
Oh, banging.
My friend threw up.
A classic O2 experience.
Well, we drank an entire bottle of wine before we went in. And he'd smoked a fat spliff before as well. So the second that we walked in, he just immediately like threw up on the floor.
Quick fire, actually, speaking of quick.
Okay.
We're going to do some quick fire questions.
Okay.
So whatever comes to mind straight away. Bish, bash, bosh. Okay. Intimate gig or large venue?
And I have to be quick and fiery.
Quick fiery.
Intimate gig.
Okay, great. Oh, I don't know how quick you'll be on this. Music-related hot take.
Ooh. Okay.
Go on.
Some people have absolutely torn me apart on TikTok for this, but I'm going to say it.
Do it.
If you're in the front row, and we all know who's standing in the front row, if you stand in the front row and you're completely still, and then you just like hold your phone like that and then just zoom into the female front woman. And there is a certain demographic that does this, I'll be real about it. And I think there needs just to be a little bit of awareness and education around why it makes people uncomfortable, not just the person on stage, but the entire crowd behind you.
Yeah, who can see what you're filming.
I just like slacked into my face, trying to be confident, but I'm nervous about saying it.
Okay, well, the next question kind of leads into this. Okay. If you had to get rid of one social media, except for one... Let me say that again. I messed that up. I got excited. If you had to get rid of all social media except for one platform, which one would you keep?
I'd keep Instagram.
Okay.
Is my favourite.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish it was TikTok, but I just...
Scary place.
It's a scary place. And Instagram, I just feel like I can shit post on there and it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. also leading on to this, I'm so glad that was your second one. Phones in crowds.
It is okay. It's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, different shows have different amounts of phones. I think I saw like a somber video where like everyone was on their phone, or like Pink Pantheress. I know it's a problem there, but if you're filming, it's so fine. You know, it's good for spreading awareness about the artist and stuff like that. But there's a certain type of filming that is not appreciated at my show or any shows. You know?
Good, down the lens, An instrument you wish you could play?
Drums.
Oh, such a sexy instrument.
And harp.
Ooh.
Why am I yelling?
Maybe at the same time. Drums and harp at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Hey, next show at the O2, when you're there, I'll see you with the drums and the harp. Dream item to be on a rider. Anything you want.
I can't say that. I'm kidding. I used to think that I wasn't paying for the rider. And
so many people don't realise.
No one really tells you. It's not something that is discussed. So I used to put like whiskey, tequila, and I would have both bottles, and then we would be on a tour and I would just leave the bottle at the venue, get another one at the next venue, and then I was looking at the receipts like, are you joking? And it was like, I think my manager like said to me like, don't you want to you could just take that to the next venue and, you know, then you don't have to pay for it. And I'm like, what?
I paid for it.
Paid for it? I had no idea. That and tinned fish, because it's delicious. And it's my favourite thing to eat.
Love that.
Me and my drummer both love tinned fish.
I love how specific that is. That's really nice.
Yeah, and I like the idea that people kind of see us on stage and think one thing, and then they come close to us and they're like, you stink. Yeah. Someone once said to me I look like I smell really bad, actually. And
that's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to say. Do you know what? That is not the first time I've heard a performer say that someone has said that about them.
I took it as a compliment, I was like, to be honest.
Guys, the lights are clearly just very strong up here. Like, yeah, we're all sweating. Okay, this is the last question, and the question that I ask everybody. How do you want your music to make people feel?
I want it to make them like feel like their heart is racing a little bit. You know, when you're listening to a song and you feel so overwhelmed by it and like smothered in it, and that's how I want my music to make people feel.
That's really nice.
Because that's the best feeling in the world, and that's the place that I write it from as well.
Be like all consumed.
All consuming. Put it on repeat.
Love it.
And also like to make them feel like they can walk with like a little swag in their step as well.
That's beautiful. I love that. I think that's a beautiful answer. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
This has been Green Room, and this has been
Gretel.